Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host. Talk with my arms today. This dysfunctional world.
I'm your boy Sid, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
So let's talk.
What we talking about today?
If a college athlete leaves college and goes to the pros, are they considered a college dropout?
That's a good question. Let's talk about this one. We got to break this one down.
All right, I think if you start a journey, one step in front of the other, you should finish that journey. But when you make it to the pros, the money that they offer you is substantially better than any job that you'll probably get anywhere else in the world. So if you leave college because you're on fire, hold on, let's break it down even further. If you go to college with the intent to get some knowledge or a degree in something, you should finish that. If you go to college because you're going to play a sport and hopefully get made a pro, I don't really know if finishing college would be necessary, because it could teach, depending on what your degree in, it could teach you skills that you can use for later on in life when your career is over with. But for the time being, when you leave college to go to the pros, you are a dropout, essentially, yes.
I would say yes. By definition, yes. By explanation, yes. By logic, yes. Like he said. Now, okay, let me say this first before I say what he said. The thing about that is you always have the opportunity to go back and finish up, right? There's no expiration date.
Right.
So, and that's what a lot of them do. They always go back.
Some.
Well, let's say 40%, you know what I'm saying? They'll go back and they finish up their degree, right? But can you call them a college dropout? Yes, you can, because that's what you did.
You didn't
finish, right? And you can say you can't say you didn't drop out. You dropped out. You dropped out to go to the NFL,
to the NBA,
or NBA, MLB, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Professional bowling league.
It is what it is. Is anybody mad at you? Hell no.
Yes.
But
yes,
it just is what it is.
Sally Mae is pissed.
Well, Sally Mae know that they're going to get their money from them athletes. They don't be worried about that little change. You know
the
what I'm saying?
school is pissed. It makes the numbers go down.
Oh, absolutely. But a lot of these kids,
it makes the admissions go up. Well, it makes the student number go down.
It's because that person ain't there no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They may not win no more championships.
Admission goes up because they're like, hey, I seen Joe Blow go through there. He made it to the pros.
I'm coming too.
I can go to the pros too.
And then think about, if you get an athlete to your school and he's a one and done athlete, right? Excuse me. Think about all the students who came because he's there, but they 4-year students.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about that. They 4-year students. He one and done. That's what the school is looking for. That's the enrollment that he's talking about. All these kids want to go be, hypothetically, let's say LeBron's son go to, and I'm just going to make up something, y'all, so don't trip. I'm just saying, like, if he go to Kentucky, and then all these other college hoop kids who really know they're going to go pro, but they all come because Bronny there, and he get one and done, he get drafted. But like I said, they 4-year students. That's what the school is hoping. That's how they make their money and all this other stuff.
Yep.
But
endorsements.
Are they college dropouts?
Yes.
Yes, they are. And we ain't hating, y'all.
Even your favorite rapper that attended college that did not get a degree is a college dropout. Even though he said it's already late, or my late already graduated. He didn't. He didn't graduate. Do you need a degree in today's time? No.
No.
But,
no, you don't. No, you don't.
But Barkley, for perfect example, dropped out of school, went to the pros, and went back and got a degree, and he uses that degree in what he does now, broadcasting.
Does it help? Yes. Do you have to have one? No.
Does it mean his pay is a little better?
Yes. Right, because it helps.
That's the only thing a degree really does.
It helps.
It guarantees you a higher placement than the person coming out of nowhere for a job.
And also, it shows the employer that you can start and finish something to completion.
If you finish.
Like if you have, when you have a college degree, you know what I'm saying? It shows them that you start something, right. You can commit and you can see it all the way through. And that's what they be looking for. That's why folks who got master's degrees and PhDs and all this other stuff, that shows a certain level of dedication to learning something. Because to get a PhD, that's like 12 years of schooling. Talking about college.
8.
Whatever the case may be. It's a long time.
8 to 9.
Right. So you think about that, most people don't want to do that. So, you know what I'm saying? Just think somebody walking, I got a PhD. You're like, okay. And I'm talking about applying to get a job. Most of the time, you got a PhD, they are really trying to get you versus you trying to get them.
Depending on what it's in.
Depending on what it's in. Good point. Good
You
point.
get a PhD in something that is not,
Some bull-ish.
I ain't gonna say not beneficial, but if you're a professor,
I mean,
if you're a professor for a college and you get a PhD, you get paid more money.
mm-hmm.
If you're a PhD and you're not even using it, and it's in some educational field, and you're not teaching, it was a waste of money.
if you got a PhD, excuse me, if you got a PhD as a teacher, you need to be slapped upside the head because you need to be superintendent. You really do, for real. You need to be up that high with a PhD because that's what that dictates. If you got a PhD in education, there's no reason you need to be in a classroom. You need to be on the board, running the school system, or helping to run the school
The
system.
dean,
Right.
president.
You're right, depending on
Most
the
of
level.
those people
the
don't have
school.
degrees.
Um,
In Fortune 500 companies, the CEO or the president or the vice president, the CFO, they don't have degrees most times. They just been there long enough to earn those.
Yeah,
positions.
work their way up the ladder.
They
Right.
granddaddy then.
Right, absolutely. Some of them, been there from start. But when you think about it, y'all, technically, by definition, yes, they are a college dropout. And I know for me personally, that's something I really had to think about because I'm like, no, they are.
They are.
They are. So
Now, there's a few athletes that didn't go to college, period, and went to the pros. They never missed anything.
right.
They just live their life in succession.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sign up for an institution, and I understand why they won and done it, because what if you get hurt? The risk of what if is way greater than a guaranteed thing if you leave right now.
And
But at the same token, you have your athletes that left college, went to the pros, and didn't do anything.
interesting stat though, more football players get college degrees than any other sport, major sport.
I believe that.
Because, college you got to do at least 3 years. At least 3 years before you can get drafted.
In football?
Yes. To the NFL, you got to do at least 3 years in college before you can come out and get drafted. Yep.
So you telling me a quarter, well, because they redshirt in the first year.
I mean, they can redshirt, but I'm saying in college.
I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can redshirt your first year.
That's what, but if you're redshirted, you're not being looked at. You're not playing.
Right.
So you got to be there another year or two
Yeah.
to show that you are a talent.
You got to be.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
red shirt, that's one.
Yeah,
That's
the
one
redshirt
year.
year don't count.
That's 1 year all down.
But that don't count. So if you redshirt your year, you still got 3 more years. Yes. The NFL.
Hold on, what?
The NFL said you got to do 3 active years in
Before you go
college
to the pro.
before you can be eligible for the draft. Yep. Which is why
Everybody did not know that.
so many college football players have college degrees because one, a lot of them don't go in the draft and they know this, so they stay the extra year to pad their stats. And to stay in that extra year, your 4th year, they go ahead and get their college degree.
Yeah.
And then, like you said,
Right,
they can redshirt, right, and say, okay, I want to stay in school. I'm gonna redshirt this 5th year just to work on my game, get stronger, and then go into the draft the following year because you get 2 years of redshirt.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That jump, man.
Well, basketball is a lot different.
Basketball is 1 year. You got to do 1 year, and that's it. And you can go.
And,
Baseball,
but
you
if you're
can
not
do-
healthy, if something happened to you playing, I don't know how many games college play, but it's not 82.
Basketball,
Yeah.
no, it's like 24, 36, something like that.
24?
Yeah, it ain't a lot.
So if you get hurt within a 24 game playing period, your chances of going to the pros could be like diminished.
Mm-hmm.
But if you play that 1 year and you're real good, you go to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to contend with signing the deal and living up to your contract.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of players that don't live up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of players that became great, but there's more players that are nominal.
Mm-hmm.
Just ordinary players on the team. They don't really get to play. They got a job.
It's a lot of people on teams who fully don't expect to go pro. They own team. They own the team because they got a scholarship, and because they like to play that particular sport.
That's
but
it.
they don't intend to go pro in that sport. And it's a lot of people. Like I was in the marching band in college, had no plans on being a band director, nothing like that. But I had a scholarship. So be it. A lot of these dudes, same thing. They knew that okay, this is my way to make it out the hood and go to school. Some people go ROTC route. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just doing what you got to do. But for some people, you know the ones that fully plan on trying to be a baller, NFL player, NBA,
baseball, right?
Yeah, you can look at them and
Soccer.
tell it's some of them. They just dripping with it.
Hockey.
Yeah, you like they going pro.
Just like boxing, you gotta do amateur before you turn pro.
Right, exactly. Because they got to make sure you good enough. Because in the NBA, NFL, that's a man game. You can't go in there with your high school body. We need you 3 years doing this shit, getting knocked around.
That's true. They don't go, the NFL don't have high school bodies.
You ain't got, like you got to get knocked around on the college level for 3 years. And now you ready, come on. And they still be getting tattooed, getting their toe up. NBA is like, okay, high school body, you got to play 1 year in college. Okay, come on through. Because they're going to weed you out real quick if you ain't good enough anyway.
But
go ahead.
I think in today's society, the way it's so easy to become famous or so easy to get attention that the need for a college degree is not needed anymore. Not suffice.
Yeah, well, certifications are taking over degrees.
They are.
And people are learning that, and people are utilizing that. Also, a lot of these online schools, which are accredited, are taking over too. So you got all these schools where people can stay at home and still go to school and earn degrees and stuff like that. They're a whole lot cheaper. They're knocking out all the BS courses. You just straight to the nitty gritty.
Sometimes.
Well, in most cases, you know what I'm saying. But you getting a degree in 18 months, 24 months, and it normally take you 4 years. So they getting straight to it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a great thing though. I really do. I think that's gonna be the way. You know what I'm saying? Like that, those type of innovative ways of thinking is gonna be what's going.
But they say in a couple of years, the AI, all the jobs that the AI can do, we won't have those jobs for people to do no more. So, who's ever creating AI, I guess that'll be the field for you to get in because you are the one that's going to be eliminating all these people's jobs. And they need the AI guy to control the AI, supposedly, because I see Terminator coming.
Because all the athletes are college dropouts.
Most of them. Most of them.
I think it was it Westbrook or one of them dudes? He enrolled back in college recently.
Oh, Vince Carter graduated.
Yeah, a lot of them dudes be
I
going
think
back
Tracy
to school.
even got a degree.
That's what's up. I'm going back.
Allen Iverson, he didn't get one. But that's because of who he is and what he was trying to do from the jump.
Right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's this podcast. I'm your host, This. Like, comment, subscribe, press the notification bell. Share this with 9 people. 9 people. Albanese. The gummies that eat like a worm. And cut. I'm your host, This. Dysfunctional World.
I'm your boy Said, a.k.a. Mr. Let's Talk. We out of time till the next time.
Screaming, let's talk.
Peace.